good evening, and welcome back to the Grid Racing Club. It is Tuesday. We are back for the Porsche Cup 2017 UK Tour. This is round 2. This week we are at Donington for 2 more races in this sprint series. Donington Park, classic, iconic track of the British circuits, the oldest British circuit, still in use today. Consisting of 11 turns. This race is going to be very, very eventful. We had 12 drivers down to racing tonight, but we have a grid of 19. We've got a mixed bag. We've got some grid members, some nameless guys in there as well, and Porsche Stocker, who is taking a break from racing, has returned just in time to get himself strapped into the Porsche for tonight's event. Qualifying is currently underway. They're halfway through the qualifying for their first race. So let's go and have a look at some of the timings and see where the drivers stand at the moment. So Darren currently in first place with a 1:31. One of the faster drivers. Ian Dent, again one of the faster drivers, over a second down on Darren. We've got Roto 1979, 1.4 down the leader. Toxco, who had a good outing in round 1, has just been knocked down to 5th. Scrapper puts in a nice time, just over a second down, sitting in 2nd. Richard Gamble, his second race back with us, down there sitting in 7th. Racing Rich from Nameless, currently sitting in 8th. Neil being 9th. Fruity Par had a bit of a mixed bag last week. Hopefully he has a better performance this week. Diesel UK again, he'll be wanting a better performance he did last week. Hopefully he managed to stay away from some of the rubbing is racing that goes on around these tracks. Proto, Imagine, Adinsky, Porsche, John Liam from Nameless, Lift and Pie, Steve Mag is now here, still to set a lap here. Just under 3 minutes left of the qualifying for the first session. So we've been watching Darren here. Let's pop down and see how Porsche is doing on his first time back with us. See how he handles this Porsche. He has already said he's had a bit of a shot on it, and it is a bit twitchy, I think was the word that he used. And these cars are definitely twitchy. Not one of the smallest tracks, not one of the biggest. Currently 2.4 miles, 2.49 miles Donny is. So there's plenty of time to get the racing in. A lot of passing places on this track. As long as you've got the speed and the confidence to do so. Even some of the pinch points, if you get the right line in, especially with Melbourne Hairpin, you can see some great passing going on at Melbourne Hairpin. Just noting there, Ian Demp's gone and taken pole currently, just 2.5 minutes to go, with Darren another half a second down on him. Low Performance, who had a blistering round 1, took wins in both races last week, currently sat in 3rd. I don't think he's going to be wanting to stay there much longer, but I think he may have just hit the track limits there and burnt that lap, but we'll see when he comes over the line. Porsche Stocker has finally put a time on the board, plus 5.5 down. Porsche, quite a consistent driver when he was here, so obviously this is his return. Bring himself back in gently with a Porsche. I can think of better cars to return to racing with, but this is the one he has chosen. So we just wait on Proto and Svax putting in the time. Let's keep an eye on Proto. This being one of the original tracks that were in the game, some of the camera angles are not the best, and there's a bit of a camera delay as the camera waits for the car to enter the next phase of shots. Unfortunately, when they updated the game, they didn't really update the camera angles. A bit too much work. So Proto come round to finish this lap. You will have time for a second one. Hopefully this one counts. Looks like Stalker, Living Pie and Racing Rich are happy with their laps. They're currently sat in the pits. And as Proto comes to finish his lap, where's he going to sit? He stays in 18th, 8 seconds down, which means Stevie Mag is the only driver to set a time yet. There he is in his identifiable black and yellow livery. Seems to choose for every single car. So we'll stay with Stevie Mag here, see what he can do in this last and only lap. He's got to set a time, as the qualifying clock is just about to run out. And that's our qualifying clock is out. Stevie Mag, oh, not the best line through Melbourne there. Obviously late braked, pushed it a bit wide, caught some of the dirt. Hopefully he's kept it clean though so he can get a time on. We'll see, can he bump himself above Proto to take himself off the bottom run? He does not. Unfortunate for Stevie Mag there. So going into race 1, Ian Demp in first, O Performance in second, Darren in third, Jonah Lehman fourth, with Racing Rich in fifth, Scrapper in sixth, Roto in seventh, Badinsky 82 in eighth, Imagines Facts in ninth, Toxco in 10th. That's your top 10. Bottom half, we've got Porsche in 11th, Neil in 12th, Vicious Gambler sat in 13th, Stalker Brown, our Forza admin for the club, is sat in 14th, Living Pie in 15th, Free Power in 16th, Diesel 17th, Proto in 18th. In the last minute there's been a change as Badinsky bumps himself up into 8th. Couple of guys finishing laps there, going to see any changes. Stalker Brown up to 15th. And there we go, this finishing order. So the only car not to set a lap there was the treble 6 of Stevie Mag. So just a few minutes wait before we get the session underway, where there is a full formation lap ahead of this race. Like I said, this is race 1 of 2. Both races are 25 minutes in length. Both have a 10-minute quali. Good evening, Snuffles, mate. How you doing, buddy? So it looks like the top 3, really nothing in the top 3. Performance, obviously boosting himself up in a second there. So turn 1 is going to be extremely important for these top 3. There's still going to be a battle in there. There is going to be some trading pain. It's just the way this track runs. The UK tracks are quite narrow, so expect a few clips of the wing mirrors. Obviously club rules do apply, as always. Looks like we're going to have a good battle mid-pack, you know, between say 6th and 10th, and then another little battle from a length down the way, I think. But yeah, obviously race 1, top 3 are the ones to watch. Ian Demp, Performance, and Darren. So quick predictions. Who do we think is going to race? Who's going to win race 1? Obviously last week O Performance smashed it and then knocked both races out the park. Got a bigger grid this week. Who do we think is going to take race 1, people? They are tricky to drive. Ooh, Darren reckons. They've been predicted by Snuffles there. As the car's now set on the grids, any final changes they're going to do, they've got to do it now. Got to be careful not getting locked into that setup menu. Bit of a glitch in the game. You jump in to change your a quick tyre pressure change, and all of a sudden you're locked in the menu, find yourself starting on the pits. That's the 30-second counter before they get started. Donny's one of those tracks where in real life it's hosted almost everything. From F1, touring cars, you've got exhibitions, you've got bikes, GT3s, GT4s. There's nothing that hasn't been on this track. Through the years, the track formation has changed a little bit, but not much from the original. There was some crazy proposal back in 2010. And thankfully that didn't didn't happen in the end. So as they roll off for the formation lap, get some heat in the tyres. Carefully not spinning these cars, very easy to spin them. There is no traction on these cars, so it's no traction, all action, as Darren likes to say with these Porsches. So if you are accustomed to driving with traction control, which a lot of us are, these cars can be a little bit tricky because you have to be, your throttle management has to be on the ball. Just jumping me in damp here. So he's just come through the old hairpin. He's now going into Starkey's Bridge, which is turn 5. Heading up the hill to this little slight right-hander. So it's turn 6 just now. Into McLean's. This is turn 7 on the track. Quite a tricky one. Pushing wide here, picking up the dirt, can really push it a spin and shoot off into the right. This blind right-hander is a very, very tricky corner. This is Coppice. You notice what he's doing here, he's riding, he's really sort of braking hard, riding the brakes, getting as much temperature into the brakes, so they're ready to go for when the race gets underway. So we're coming down the Dunlop Straight, really good place for passes. You get yourself tucked in behind the car in front. With an extremely hard braking zone as we go into turn 9. The chicane is very, very tricky, and I'm sure within the first couple of laps we'll see that tyre bollard there get knocked out of the way. Again, great passing place here, going into Melbourne hairpin. Easily get 2 cars wide round here. There's multiple lines round here, defensive and offensive. It's just a case of picking the one you want and holding on to it, and hopefully making it stick and work for you. As we come up to Goddard's, turn 11, that will take us on to Wheatcroft Straight. So this will be everybody getting ready to line up as we go around to turn 11 onto the straight, waiting for the lights to drop in this first race. 25 minutes. Last car is around the corner. And it's green, and they are away. Ian Dent coming across defensive, coming through. We've got car number 19 round the outside, trying to make him move. Low performance, takes it a little bit wide, comes back on, no contact. Looks like everyone's through clean. Waiting for the camera catching up. Ian Dent's got a blistering lead there. He's going into the old hairpin, got a car wide. John and Liam chasing their no performance. However, the top 3 seem to be pulling away here. Racing Rich a little ways back. That seems like dropped down the order, yeah. Let's just stick with the top 3 just now. So Dan has made up some time on Mr. Dent there. But Dan has stated that he is struggling with his car. He's not really enjoying it at the moment. He is having problems with it. However, doesn't seem to be phasing him at the moment. So as they complete the first lap, we've still got Ian Dampian first, Dan still sat in second, with Low Performance just behind him. So top 3 are making their presence felt here as they're slightly pulling away from the pack. We're going to change camera here because the cameras are not too great. Camera angles are not the greatest here, unfortunately. So we've got Rota, who hadn't planned the racing tonight. He's got himself up into 5th with the Topsco close on his heels into the chicane. And like I said, that tyre bollard is gone. It was not going to last long. It really wasn't for this race. It never does in any race, to be honest with you. So coming to Melbourne, Rota through, Chris through, Sfax really pushing hard on Topsco here. A little bit of a tray between these 3. And then we've gone down to 8, got Fish's Gamble, quite a few seconds down on the top 7. And we've had a car stop there. Who was that? The car stopped dead. That was that Gamble? No, that was car 28 stopped dead there. I'm not too sure what that was there. That was Jonah Liam seemed to have the issue. So Jonah Liam had some sort of an issue there. That's allowed Vicious Gamble to pop through into 7th. So 9th down, they're quite a way back off the top pack. Porsche Stalker sitting in 9th. Neil B over 2 seconds down. Diesel over 2 seconds down. However, Diesel is under pressure from Fruity Power right here. Diesel is, I'd actually say, fruit salad coloured car. Remember those sweets? Has Fruity Power right under his wing, applying the pressure. Now Diesel keeps it cool here. He could hold it. However, not far from Fruity Power, we have Stalker Brown joining the party. He wasn't invited, but he is there. So Diesel needs to hold his line, going down up straight. Fruity Power goes out to the right. Let's know he's here. Can he get his nose in? No, he has to back out. Diesel holds that line into the chicane, going really, really well. But it's allowed Stalker Brown to really close up on them. And not far behind Stalker Brown, we've got Racing Rich, who is, in the next lap, is probably going to be joining this train, as will be Proto. It's like not normal MC Proto that far in the pack, but he is. We're going to jump up to the top here and have a look at Roto, because Roto's under a little bit of pressure from Chris here. Chris ideally would like to get up in that top 3 and repeat his race 2 performance from week 1. Some of these camera angles are terrible. Not much we can really do with it. Looks like Roto's pulling out a little bit more on him there, so a bit of work to do for Chris Toxco. But while Chris is chasing down Roto, he needs to keep an eye on his mirrors, because Sfax is closing that gap down to 0.3 currently. And while we're watching the front, we've missed a pass there, so Fruity Power and Stalker Brown have got past Diesel. However, Diesel is hanging on to the back of Stalker Brown, still wants the fight, and as he's hanging on to the back of Stalker Brown, Racing Rich has now closed the gap, as has Proto. So we've got a bit of a train here from Fruity Power down to Proto. There's really nothing in it. Diesel needs to be very, very careful here as Racing Rich is closing rapidly. Needs to get very defensive on the chicane and hold his nerve. Close that line down going into Melbourne. And hopefully at the same time make some ground. However, Racing Rich has a better exit. Comes up the right hand side of Diesel going to Melbourne. Now can Diesel go for the little switch? Oh, bit of a paint trade. Oh, bit of a paint trade. Oh, very, very unfortunate there. Very, very unfortunate. That's going to upset Diesel. That was a bit of a paint trade and a wiggle there. Both cars trying to share the same space. Club Rule 4, congratulations to Proto there. Club Rule 4, take a driver off, you wait on them. Great sportsmanship, absolutely great sportsmanship. Doesn't look like there's much damage there, but well done there. Great respect shown on track. We're going to fire back up, have a look at Roto here. Sfax has now got past Toxico and is putting the pressure on Roto. Has looked in the left, has a look down the right. Going into this blind right-hand turn. Copus. Oh, bit of a messy corner there from Roto. Didn't quite catch what happened. However, Sfax is now through. He Demp 3.6 seconds on Low Performance. Low Performance is one of the faster drivers here, so Dempo is putting in a great performance to hold him off. It's all going on here. We're going to quickly knock back down to Freaky Par, who's currently sat in 11th. He now has Racing Rich on his tail, wanting to make the pass. Stocker Brown's dropped off the pace slightly. He's still in there, still in there. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this mid-pack here. However, Toxico's now down to 9th. So Porsche's even through, so Chris is having a bit of a tough race here. We still have 17 minutes left in this race, so plenty of time to fill in the action and get those passes in. Goes at Freaky Par, goes wide there. He's not going to enjoy that. That's really going to harm him now. We've had a car going. Well, I thought the car was going to the pits there. I'm not too sure which car that is. Oh, that's Liv and Pie having a terrible exit out of the last corner there, Goddard's. He's picked a bit of damage. Hopefully he can maintain the race and plod on. Hopefully it's not going to affect him too much. But we are going to look at the gap between Proto and Diesel here. It looks like Proto has actually gone past Diesel, so there was just a delay in the timer board there. So unfortunately Diesel's lost another spot. But he's still running, and he was still fighting to the end. Very resilient that way is Diesel. Roto's now got past Darren, so Darren's lost a spot. He's going down slowly, but he's still up there. There's still time for him to pull this back. As long as he can stay under the wing of Roto there to pull him along, hopefully that'll give Darren some confidence in this car. Like I said before, he's not really enjoying the car, which is a bit of a strange thing because this is his series. He's the series he wanted, and he's not enjoying the car. I suppose that's just the way it is, isn't it? Just the way it runs. Right, we've now got Scrapper, Push Up and Freaky Par's getting involved in quite a bit of action here. So he's now got Scrapper, one of our endurance drivers, who's running XSC, putting on a bit of the pressure. But as we say that, Scrapper was a little bit wide, a strange racing line going into Goddard's there, and has a bit of a spin. It looks like Scrapper's had a bit. Yeah, he's had a bit of a spin there. Not what he would have wanted. So Diesel and Proto go through. So Scrapper's got it all to do, try and fight and get back into the mix. We're going to pop back up and look at Dan again. Dan is now closing that gap a little bit more to Roto, down to 0.2. As we look up the right hand side, going down Dunlop, tucks in, got in a hard braking zone. Is he going to outbrake Roto? No, Roto covers it off. Dan has to pull out of that. He's still under the back wing. Not letting him go at 0.1. Looking down, there's a few gaps opening up. We're going to stick this one just now. See what Darren can make of this. See if we can make this stick. Roto's shown a good performance here on race 1. Dropped a bit of time there. Just a little bit of focus. Then we'll be watching the clock. However, we've still got just under 14 minutes left. it may seem a lot of time. However, when you're really zoned in and chasing somebody, before you know it, the clock has run out. So he's going to have to try and create an opportunity here to actually get past. I'm going to stay with these two for just a second, and then I'm going to pop down. He's having a look, isn't he? He's making Roto. He's left mirror, right mirror, centre mirror. Yeah. It's going to be slightly uncomfortable for Roto right now, because Darren is very eager to get past here. Very, very eager. There's another race going on for 9th here. I don't want to go away from this, so we'll just stick with these guys at this point. And Darren has made the move. What a battle. Although we will not let it go, he's going to want the position back. Right, we're going to drop down and check on Neil B and Racing Rich. Racing Rich is 0.2 down on Neil. Neil does work well under pressure. However, the timing line, the timing needs to catch up. Racing Rich has made the pass. I really wish this timing thing would keep up. Right, okay. Gap to Roto and Darren is
we are halfway through, not over yet.
Nothing. We're at the halfway point of the race. This seems to be the closest battle we've got going on at the minute. However, Darren is slightly pulling away, so Roto's going to need to dig in if he wants to get back into this. He almost lost half a second in the lap here. Yeah. Let's have a wee drop down, see how Steve Mack's doing 18th. We don't see Steve Mack very often due to work, so he only misses now and again. But always nice to see one of the older members. I don't mean older as in his age, however, he's been with the club for quite some time, to be honest with you. To be honest, I think he's been with us about 3 years, if not longer. So we have had an issue. Adam's had an off, so we've missed Sadinsky's had an off, and he's now sat in 19th. So Adolph is at the pop in the pitch there. Something really gone wrong with Adam there. This is slightly unusual. Although I do think he's on a controller tonight because he's away. Although that's not an excuse, because we know how fast he can be on a controller, as we saw last week. So as we enter, it's almost 10 minutes into this race. We've got Ian Dent leading by some 3.1 seconds on Low Performance, who's holding second place. We have then got Sfax, who's trying to chase down Low Performance. However, he's plus 11 seconds. It's a hell of a gap there. We've got Darren in 4th, Roto in 5th, Vicious Gamble in 6th, and then we've got Jonah 7th, Totsko in 8th, Racing Rich in 9th, and Neil in 10th. And that is your top 10. So we're going to check on Neil B, because Porsche, who has just returned to us tonight, with not much practice, is getting stuck right in. He's just over half a second down on Neil. Well, the last time we saw Porsche stock up was for the XSC endurance race at Kota. And I'm sure some of the guys on this track, names you may recognise from the XSC Endurance League, from yourself and Roy. He may still be tired from Sunday. Sunday was a very, very long day. But they're straight back in from some racing. Although sprint racing, they're straight back into racing. Porsche is still pushing on here. Dan is still trying to make that gap onto Roto. Roto's obviously defending very, very well. We've now got a slope scrap going on between Diesel and Scrapper. I'm just watching the timings here, and then we may jump back and have a look at the Scrapper and Diesel, see how they're going. It looks like Neil has, obviously Neil's got this covered, however. Oh! See, I was going to say a great exit by Porsche there, however, he overcorrects on the car and gets a bit of a tank slapper. So he's now got all that work to do again. Real unfortunate. A couple of cars getting caught out on this last corner here, coming out the exit of Goddard's. And it's the lack of traction on the car. You've really got to manage that throttle really well. So we are going to pop down and have a look at Diesel and Scrapper and see how this is doing. And as we go into Diesel, again, he's another driver who's had a kind of shady exit of Goddard's on the Cross Straight. A bit unfortunate. You know, as fun as these cars are to drive, they are a handful. They really are a handful. Now, we've had a bit of a development at the top of the table here. We're going to go up and jump onto O Performance, who's managed to close the gap on Ian Demp to under a second. So not sure whether Ian's had an off here, or it's up with an issue, or O Performance has locked in the NOS. There is rumours that O Performance is not from this planet and he is alien due to the pace he has in most of the races. However, I don't believe that to be the case. Demp's opened it up again. We're now over the second. And there is a tasty little battle going on between... Yeah, let's jump down. We're going to jump down to Fisher Gamble in 7th, who's chasing down Jonah Liam for a 6th spot. So these guys are obviously battling it out, and Toxco is in 8th place. Very much has them in sight. Using the slip to try and join this party, which I don't think will be too distant in the future. As I say that, Toxco's now got it to under a second on Gamble. Jonah, a very accomplished driver. He is one of the drivers from Nameless AC League that's run by TJ8, a sister club of the Grid Racing Club. Fantastic club who run on the OG Assetto Corsa. However, they do have teams involved with the XSC and Endurance Super League as well. Oh, Toxco is dropping down the pack there. He's gone wide, finds himself all the way down into 11th. And while we're looking at Chris, we'll go one up. We'll check in on Porsche, who's now running in 10th. Try to make distance on Neil B. It looks like Stevie Maggs now getting caught up in the cars that are lapping now. He's sat there behind Porsche Stocker. And he's got Chris Toxco right behind him. So let's see if we can get a clean pass from Chris Toxco down the home straight here. Hopefully Stephen Maggs got his mirrors on and he realises he's being lapped. He clearly is not paying attention at the minute. Chris has to go round the outside, getting slightly on the curb. Chris managed to get round. Chris really had to work for it there, unfortunately. I thought Steve Magg would have paid a bit more attention. So Porsche Stocker under half a second on Neil. So pressure getting applied, coming into the Dunlop straight. Can Porsche make anything of this on his there's a return to the club? What a race to be your first race. You come back. Porsche Cup. Twitchy, no traction control, but it is fun. It is a fun car to drive. It really is. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Needs to be a bit closer. A bit later braking from Porsche there. Yeah. Okay. There's me commentating on Porsche and Neil, and it's not them watching, we're watching Jonah. So let's actually go down and check on Porsche and Neil. I'm commentating on two different drivers. Oh, Neil looking up the end, Porsche got up the inside. Neil goes a little bit wide, gets a really nice exit. Neil's going to tuck right in behind. However, I think Porsche got a fantastic exit there. Yeah, nice line into turn one. And Neil, I've said Neil before, is like a dog with a bone. He will not let it go. Formidable driver on track. No matter where you are, back of the pack, front of the pack, middle of the pack, If Neil's there, you're guaranteed a fight. Pop down, check on Free to Par and Scrapper. Something developing here. Scrapper chasing down Free to Par for 14th. See what you can make of this. If you can get close enough. Interesting line. If he's made some time there. If you can get close enough on onto the Dunlop Straight coming out of Coppice, you might make something. You might be looking into a pass at McLean's. Takes the inside line. Nice and tidy they are. It's going to be a drag race up to turn 8. Camera catch up. Holds it nicely. Right, so I'm Dunlop Straight now. We're now looking at braking. Is late braking going to allow this repass? No. So Scrapper through Free to Par, still hanging on. So let's go check. I want to go check in on. He's still running, so I have to find out what happened there. What happened there. So Imagine Facts in third. Darren, who doesn't like the car, is now battling for third as we come into almost the last 2 minutes. So maybe 2 laps left of this race, depending on when they cross the line. But the first race has definitely been full of action. We've struggled to keep up with what's going on. I'm going to quickly dive down. I don't think there's anything going to happen here. No, I guess I went wide out of Goddard's. I'm going to dive down, check on top score in 11th, who is chasing down Neil for that to get into the top 10 spot. In real life, Chris is very much involved in motorsports. Oh, a bit thick there, that'll be our track limits. Being a motorsport mechanic. It does get a little bit fiery on track. His consistency is where he lets him down, but when he is focused, he is quick on track. However, he finds himself lower than he was last week. Hopefully, he can make a difference on this last lap. I don't think he's going to catch Porsche. However, he tucks in nicely. Forcing an error from Neil, not likely. Neil doesn't really bend the pressure that way. I don't think there's something happening here. I'm going to quickly pop up and check on the battle for thirds, which is getting even closer. Now this could be tight. They could get another lap out of this. And I think there might just be enough time. So Darren may get another
Alright
lap.
man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Yeah, leader's on the final lap, so Darren's going to get another lap to try and make a move on Sfax to secure that last podium spot. Gets a nice line at Goddard's, tucks in right behind the wing of Sfax there. Darren needs to be careful and not actually push too hard. Is he going to go around the outside? No, he backs off. Gets a nice clean exit. We're going to stick with this. Interesting side to be on. Darren backside, switches back to the right, goes into the old hairpin. Nice clean line through. Try to see who Sfax is. Well, Sfax has now got Diesel in front of him, so this is going to slow him down now. Diesel's in a bit of a predicament. Got the best corners to be getting out of the way. Side by side, going into Coppice. Goes a bit thick on the curb there. Dan's finally passed Diesel. So with the camera angle there, we kind of missed that between Sfax and Dan there, unfortunately. So Dempo comes over to secure his win for race 1. All performance in second. Darren just coming up to Goddard's will secure 3rd place. He better not say he doesn't like this car ever again. So good race from Darren there in 3rd spot. Sfax comes through to take 4th. Rotor coming around the back. Around Goddard's there, gets it a little bit loose. Almost, you know, could have put it in the wall there on the last corner. We've got Jonah Liam who's just come round the Melbourne hairpin. He will be securing 6th spot. Unless Gamble does something amazing here around the last corner, which I don't think is going to happen. So Jonah Liam in 6th, Vicious Gamble in 7th. Neil be hitting last turn, rolling round comfortably into 8th spot. Dinsky finishing 19th there, Fritty Parr in 17th, Living Pie 15th, Diesel in 16th. Top Skull comes round to secure 9th. Good one for him. Gagla cars going to the line here. Racing Rich in 8th, Porsche in 11th, Proto in 12th, Stockerbound in 13th. Oh, a little bit of a nudge. Scrapper in 14th, Living Pie 15th. Only car to fit across the line now is Stevie Mag, who is in the pits. Oh. And there is your finishing order. So that is race 1 done and dusted. The prediction was Darren. Oh, it was Dimple. So yeah, so we'll have a couple of minutes and then we'll enter quali number 2. The guys go again for race number 2, which will be another 25 minutes blast around Donington. However, the second race is slightly later. Oh, Adinsky got disconnected. And Scrapper had a pit lane start. Because he was too busy chatting. Well, Mark, stop chatting, dude. Stop chatting. Yeah, so the guys will be getting ready for race 2. Race 2 is an 8 PM race, so the track will be considerably cooler. Which means the guys are going to have to fight even harder to keep the temperature in these tyres. So just stick with us and we'll be back in just a minute or two. So while we are waiting on the server variant itself for qualifying 2, if you're interested in a Setup Corsa Competizione Racing or Forza, we have a Forza League on a Monday, we have this league on a Tuesday, and we have another league on a Thursday for ACC.